Another day, another intense debate about air travel, specifically who cleans up a mess on an aeroplane. Remember last week we had the story, tore apart the internet, about a young mom whose two very young children, she was pregnant at the time, she was traveling with two young ones, made a mess on a plane with popcorn. Now, similar mess, this time with an elementary school-style twist. We take you to Atlanta's airport Saturday night. Southwest jet preparing for takeoff to Houston. The flight crew refused to let the pilot take off because someone had spilled rice. I've seen pictures. A lot of rice in the aisle, the middle of the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I believe that the flight had already been delayed once. The crew was tired, so were the passengers because it was at night. But the plane didn't move. One particular flight attendant took a page out of my first grade teacher's handbook and went from row to row, person to person. Did you spill that rice?
Who did it? Who did?
Not one person fessed up.
This is one of the passengers.
She went up and down the aisle and asked each passenger one by one, loudly, who spilled the rice. Another flight attendant came and put a paper towel on it and again said, we are not leaving this gate until someone cleans up this rice.
I have had it. She's on her last nerve.
And then somebody got audio or, was taking video of the flight attendant.
She gets on the loudspeaker, says again that we're not leaving until this rice is cleaned.
And if we put this rice, and you don't have to walk through it, and it won't be an eyesore. So we apologize. But again, I don't think you want to walk through it, so let us just take care of this at the gate before we leave. Thank you.
It's a fried rice, Dave, right in the middle of the aisle.
It was described as an Asian-style rice.
Basmati?
You have an Asian-style rice in the middle of the aisle.
Somebody throw water on it and
Somebody,
cook it?
Come on now. Let's go.
In true fashion, no one owned up to spilling the rice. So I think, as you may have heard there, the flight attendant herself did eventually clean it up. But she did say, I'm disappointed in every one of you.
That's right.
Someone's lying.
That's right.
Someone was lying.
Oh, yeah. Somebody knows who spilled. There's a couple people that know who spilled that rice.
And it was uncooked, just to be sure.
I think they probably got it at the food court.
Yeah, it was not. It was cooked.
No, yeah,
it
that
was
was
cooked.
It was
so
fried rice.
So
It was
from the Chinese, okay.
yeah, from the little Chinese place at the food court.
Oh, yeah.
You get a sample.
Yeah.
It's very tasty.
Yeah, the Golden Walk.
It's delicious.
I know, but can't you get something else?
Well, I picture somebody coming on board.
Yes.
Eating their rice.
Yes.
And somebody gets bumped from behind. And it's just blunt. Then the rice goes.
Yep.
It's like you spilled my damn rice.
Then you sit down.
Then it's like, oh,
Even
no,
if it's
what do we
covered,
do?
I suppose if it hits right, the top would have come off.
Oh, yeah.
But it stinks.
And you know it did.
Well, what else? You've got the little packaging. You've got to dispose of that. You've got to get rid of it. You got to sit on it or whatever.
The little oyster box.
Eat it piece by piece.
Oyster pail.
Yes.
Now, how big was it? I mean, how much rice
A lot
was
of
there?
rice. A lot of rice.
It looked
yeah.
like a whole thing of rice.
What a pig.
This is the more of that passenger.
She cleans the rice, but the entire time she's yelling at all the passengers about how nobody was raised right and how disappointed she is in all of us. The whole thing was also really comical and kind of saw the light side of the situation. We're all stuck there. May as well make it funny.
Oh, we got a duck sauce down there.
It's going to be hard to get out of the carpet.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm vegan and this is pork.
Yeah.
I hope they hadn't already sauced it up or soy
I
sauced
bet
it up.
they had.
I mean, because that's going to be if it's cooked, but you can at least try and scoop it into a trash bag. But
You're looking at a man who took a burrito onto a flight. You know that.
Yes,
that's true.
When Biggie and I met each other. Didn't even know each other. We were sitting fairly close to each other. I dragged a burrito from Qdobo in there, and it stunk up the whole plane.
Yeah,
But
it was a smaller plane.
Well, you also brought a whole bottle of Cholula with you, which is like, what psycho steals that?
I stole the Cholula. I brought the burrito on there.
Little did you know, Biggie.
oh, you're going to sauce it up for each bite?
I did.
Yeah.
I poured.
Shake,
I poured a little
bite.
on for each bite.
Shake, bite.
And everybody said, "That's what stinks." I was eating it before we even took off.
And they all looked at Biggie.
Yeah, I blamed it.
It
on
was
him.
you.
That was one of my favorite details of this particular story the night we met Biggie. Because Kelly and I were sitting next to one another, is you and Biggie locked eyes and both had the exact same thought at the exact same time.
Jesus.
What a slob!
Look at this.
That guy eating that burrito.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I am so ashamed
I
when
felt bad for that man he squished in next to. That was Chris Demm. Poor squished little man. Yeah.
Little did you know, they were together.
And I was thinking the same thing. Feel so bad for that little man that's squished in next to Biggie. And I thought, look at this guy. My God, this is disgusting. And then it was a small plane. I said to Kristen, look at that big guy right there.
Well, if I recall, too, it was fairly early because I remember being like, how do you get a burrito so early? But it was like open 24/7. I think.
Yeah, well, it was
the flight home. It was like
dinner
7
time.
p.m.
It was dinner time.
Eastern.
But I got it. And they said the flight's leaving in 5 minutes. And I turned to Kristen and said, look at these chuckers trying to get up. Nobody ever leaves on time. I was like, we're not leaving on time. I started eating. They called our row. Oh, my God. I was one bite in.
Zone 1.
I was one bite in. Walked right past Biggie.
Yeah.
And then I thought
they
to
smelled
myself,
you coming, Kelly.
Yeah. And I thought, and then I was like to Kristen, the weight's got to be distributed right on each. So terrible.
Was he over the wing?
I feel so terrible. It's like, he's over the wing. This is awful.
That's the worst smell on a small plane.
I'm so sorry.
Burrito.
It was a very small plane. It was a flight from Cincinnati back, and it was like an hour and a half.
Like a 2 and a 2.
Very small.
Not a big plane at all.
Very small flight. That's right. Oh, terrible.